Hello and good morning. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the committee. It's very glad to be part of this conference. Hopefully, I can learn more about language teaching and hope can share my experience about language teaching. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Handoko. I'm currently teaching at English Department, Andalas University. My research focus in linguistics, including psycholinguistic, neurolinguistic, syntax, cognitive linguistic, and I also would like to share with you about my experience in blended learning and how I use technology in enhanced learning, especially about writing. I'm going to talk about blended learning itself, then I will continue about English writing. Then I will propose some concept about blended learning in writing, and I will provide the presentation as well with my research report. And of course, the last slide will be talk about the conclusion of this presentation. We have known about e-learning, where we can learn anywhere and anytime. But later on, this concept is not satisfied enough for us because we need some meeting, especially face-to-face with our students. In many occasions, some students need, for example, motivation. They need a further discussion that cannot be delivered through online learning only. That's why some researchers, some experts propose blended learning platform where they can combine or integrate face-to-face meeting and online learning. So the student can get benefit from both sides, from face-to-face and from online learning. Regarding blended learning, there are several benefits that student can get as far as I'm concerned. First, it can improve the instructional design. It is because as a teacher, we can provide different type of activities. Yeah, this is not only about class discussion. We can use, for example, online discussion. We can provide them with a video. We can provide them with some quizzes. We can provide the student with some collaboration that of course will help them to improve their understanding about the topic. Blended learning allows students to get new experience in learning. The second one, face-to-face meeting, allows teacher to motivate student. This is very important because in online learning, we have some hindrance, some mental hindrance that maybe the student cannot see our expression, our care, and so forth. In using blended learning, it's allow us to provide learning material and learning activities online. So we can put our material, learning material online, and student can access the material anytime, anywhere, as long as they have internet connection. So it's really helpful compared to face-to-face meeting only, where all material only can be accessed by student at the time of face-to-face meeting. Then self-paced learning helps students to be an independent learner. Yeah. So when we provide our student with a self-paced learning approach, for example, you put some material, learning material, you put the video and allow students to access the video by themselves, so they can learn by themselves. They can be more independent learners. The last one, we cannot deny that our students in this era are really engaged in technology. Social media, online discussion, class collaboration, chat, forum, of course, will help them to develop the communication skill. So this platform, this online platform, allow them to express their ideas, their thought through forum, online discussion, and so forth. So, and of course, because this is the blended learning, so student can get a flexible time for learning. Then we jump to writing process. I quote Zamek and Rumusek in 2006 about writing process. There are 4 main steps in writing. First is pre-writing, where students can choose topic and outlining their ideas. Then they drafting. They start to write the essay without concerning about grammar and maybe cohesion and coherence. They just flow. So we let our student write the draft. Then do the revision, checking the structure, checking the cohesion and coherence, and including proofread. And the last one is to do rewriting, or rewrite the essay based on the feedback and based on maybe the review from the instructor. So I propose these ideas about how to integrate blended learning in essay writing class. So in the pre-writing, we can do brainstorming during the face-to-face meeting. So in the class, we can invite the student to discuss about the topic. Maybe you can put the student in the small group discussion, or maybe you can ask the student one by one through class participation and finding the topics. It's very, very helpful, and I suggest that this activity cannot be done in online learning, because through face-to-face or in-class meeting, we can get student feedback directly. So it will help us to trigger their communication skill. So face-to-face meeting for pre-writing is very important. In the online activity, we can help our student with some ideas, maybe some writing examples or some videos that can help them develop their understanding about how to find the ideas, how to do brainstorming, or how to make a sharp topic and so forth. And of course, in online learning, they also can gather some references that help them to develop their writing later on. We can provide the student with a video, presentation slide, and discussion forum. We can use survey to gather the ideas or to gather the topic about the essay. Then drafting. In the drafting, we can ask the student to present. In the face-to-face meeting, we can ask student to present their writing or their draft in the class, and of course we can give a direct feedback to the student writing. Then in the online learning, in the online activity, we can ask students to write a draft. We can provide them with self-review. Maybe you can provide a feedback, so a student can use this for self-review. And of course, we can use peer review. We can assign other students to check their friends' writing and give some feedback. So we can use a private message to the student to improve their writing and so forth. And in the revision, we can ask students to do the presentation and we can give a feedback. And in online activity, we can provide them with self-review as the tool for them to contemplate about their writing. We can use a rubric for this. We can ask peer review, and we can also give detailed feedback through annotation. For example, we can give some annotation, we can comment in some part of our student and give back to the student. And the last one, of course, we can use rewriting. We can motivate the student in the class. We can give our support and so forth. While in the peer review in online activity, we can use peer review or feedback. Okay, beside class design, one of the most important thing for blended learning is to provide the instructional media for students so they can get as much as information so they can learn by themselves and to be independent learner. First, the most common one that I can provide for my student is providing them with some documents such as PDF or PPT to deliver some concept that they can read and download during the online activity. Beside that, I also use videos to deliver some topic. This is very important because by using the video, you can explain the topic so students can get a clear understanding about the topics. They can watch the video over and over again until they get an understanding about the topic. One small thing yet important for providing the student with a video is to use your face or to show your face during the presentation or during the videos. This will help the student to engage in the video because they can see your face, they can see your expression, so they can interact with you indirectly through the video. So this is very helpful to trigger student cognitive and student motivation in watching the video. Okay, so I have created some videos for the students according to the topic, so I don't need to explain anymore in the class during the face-to-face activity, so they can prepare themselves before they come to the class and they have an understanding about the topic. If they have any question, they can ask me directly during the class, or they can ask me through, for example, a direct message or maybe using forum. Next, the other thing that you can provide for your student in writing is to help them using templates. I have provided some activity with templates to make sure that the student can fulfill all the important aspect of the writing. Here, for example, in introduction, I have assigned them an assignment to create or to write an introduction. Then I provide them with some templates, some kind of templates, in order to make sure that the student write all important element of introduction. For example, they have to provide attention grabber, and then I put here a text to help them what should be prepared for attention grabber or what to mention in attention grabber. These texts are replaceable, so they can replace this text with their own topic. So they can do the same for the other element, for the specific statement, thesis statement, and outline. In the final part of the templates, I provide some space for them to rewrite all the text or all the information above and rewrite it in the well manner or in the final form. The next important tool for writing is providing the student with rubric. Rubric is very important to develop the student understanding about the topic, about the writing, and of course it will help them in developing their final essay, so they can do self-reflection before the writing and after the writing. So before the writing, they can prepare what to write based on the rubric, and after the writing they can recheck their writing and to make sure that their writing are in line with the grade or the rubric. And the last one I use in my class is peer review. Peer review is some kind of activity where student can check the other student work. Of course, it will help them to understand about the topic in writing and will develop their skill in writing. There are several types of peer review I use in my class. I use self-assessment or self-review for their reflection, and I use peer review, and I also use instructional review. Both of them are needed for the class. So after the class, I will give feedback both for the student who write the essay and for the students who review the essay. So in my research, I've used this method, blended learning, in my essay writing class, which consists of two classes, control class and experiment class, by using pre-test and post-test. This research indicates that blended learning class or experiment class show significant improvement, 55.27 to 76.35. So in short, blended learning allows students to get maximum learning experience with both face-to-face and online benefits. In the essay writing, online activities help students with the flexible learning activities, extended time, and supportive feedback, while face-to-face provides students with collaborative activities, personal development, attitude, and motivation. Okay, I think that's all. Thank you. I'll see you.